Hello, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, The Murder Mansion from 1972. It's the 20th film in the 50 Drama Movie Classics collection, is directed by Francisco Larapoyap, and stars Analia Gade and Ida Gali. What I watched and am reviewing is basically the TV cut of The Murder Mansion, which was originally titled La Mansion de la Niebla, which is the absolute same as the full version of the film, but without a few shots of nudity, which is weird because a lot of these 50 Drama Movie Classics have had nudity, even when they're the cut versions of the film. And complete transparency, when I say I watched the nudity-free version of the film, I'm only assuming because I was half awake as this film played out not once but twice. And the runtime is around 4 minutes shorter than the official runtime, and so I'm really just putting pieces together on this one. Yes, I didn't watch this whole film. I saw the beginning, the ending, and I was in and out for the middle of it, but hear me out. I tried watching this film twice and in the middle of the day. I wasn't terribly sleep deprived or anything at the time. I was just very, very bored apparently. When I got to the end of the movie the first time, I restarted the DVD realizing that I hadn't seen much of the movie and didn't have enough to go on to write a review, but when the same thing happened a second time around, well, I was reminded of my review of The Veil and decided I wasn't going to put myself through another 85-minute nap, and I'd write my review about how this movie isn't worth staying awake through. It sounds like it'd be interesting. A bunch of random strangers end up stranded overnight at a mysterious, almost abandoned mansion next to a cemetery where the only inhabitant tries to sell them a story about how some of the former tenants are now vampires that roam the grounds at night. I think it's a concentrated effort by a bunch of actually not strangers to drive a particular woman crazy, but I didn't see enough of the movie to be able to conclude that for sure. That's just what I'm assuming based off of what I saw. Point is, you want to follow the two characters that show up on motorbike because they're the only two that make it out the following morning. I know that's a pretty big spoiler, but fuck it. I don't care enough about this movie to keep its secrets if it couldn't keep me awake. Rude, The Murder Mansion. Rude. Shit, I can't even find a good plot synopsis other than the very basic one I gave earlier. Bottom line, this film isn't worth watching, clearly, as I couldn't make it through either of the times I watched it. Dozed intermittently through it. The shitty video and audio on the presentation side certainly didn't help matters. I'm going to give The Murder Mansion an F- for putting me to sleep. Tomorrow I'll be reviewing an Ed Helms film called The Clapper. See y'all then.